So I'm just gonna briefly tell you about this structural family therapy. It's a model. It's one that I practice. Salvador Minuchin and colleagues developed this model in the 60s, really to address um, youth issues, problems, and poverty and systemic things that interfere with youth development and success. And one of the things that this model works with well is when there is an urgency for change. It observes real-time dysfunctional and functional patterns, and it's very powerful in that it's the data is grounded data. We're looking at it, we're observing it, we can identify it. And if we can do that, we can also identify our outcomes and measure them. And if we can do that, then we have a more likelihood to say that applying this model is going to help people and is going to have an overall positive systemic impact on the entire system. So these triangles that we're talking about, they're patterns that come out of conflict avoidant patterns between two people, pulling in a third. And we'll talk about that more. But and these are natural triangles. We think about a system where you have an adult dyad, where you'll have maybe where you'll have two parents, right? Or maybe you'll have a parent and a sibling, or a grandparent and a sibling, or parent, and just for the purposes of the shape, then we have the child, right? And so we're looking at three parts, and our unit of measure is going to be the system, the family unit. So we'll be talking about symptoms, but we'll also be talking about patterns and relating. So what this model does, it restructures parental and child subsystems. So we have the parental system, the child subsystem, and it defines those and restructures them. Really for the purpose of functional systemic development. The structural family therapy model has been very successful with youth issues and problems, conduct issues at school, all kinds of things, even anorexia and asthma. I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Charles Fishman, who lives in New Zealand now, and he is an expert on this model. And some of the things, he's also a child psychiatrist, an MD, and he claims that, and I concur, that this model is incredibly powerful, and he's seen changes in patients, that were close to really not making it, and he was able to reorganize the family in such a way that the outcome was life, essentially. So, as we said, structural family therapy was created by Minuchin and others, and it originated from need, troubled family dynamics in the larger system, maintaining problems. Because as we talk this evening, we're going to see more and more that we're actually building equations. We're building ways to check ourselves, to check how the system is operating. And one person can be that check light in a symptomatic way, but as well when we look at relationships and broaden the context, we will notice that there are ways to intervene really quickly and effectively where it's really needed, where we need to reshape relationships so that we have successful people, successful society.